Who cares? Who cares if you're clocking into a job? Sad. You gotta clock into a job. Imagine having to go to work and clock into a job. Couldn't be me. So someone with no profile picture says, why are you saying that nobody helped you when we tried to help? You were only trying to help because my brother died. You know, I really am thankful for those who asked me if I was okay, who didn't even think that they needed to support with just money. Like, if you think you need to support with just money, then that's an issue for you. The people that reached out and asked me if I was okay, the people that even said stuff before my brother died, that wanted to send care packages, that wanted to help me get a place, that offered up places for me, that offered up resources. Sadly, we couldn't use those resources because we tried those resources, but even so, you're only helping because my brother died. That's the real truth. If you wanna speak the real truth, right? This is real life. You're only helping because my brother passed away, so.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on my channel. And before we begin, I would like to apologize for the disappearing and not making videos, not making content for you guys. I was in the middle of moving, and on top of that, I was recording and editing all my videos on my phone, which just wasn't really cutting it anymore. So I moved, I got a new PC setup, so hopefully you guys will see the improvement in quality on this video alone and all future videos. But of course, I will be back to making weekly content for you guys, and if I'm not able to upload in that week, I will let you guys know on my community post and keep you guys updated. But let's just get right into today's video. Now, there was a lot that happened in the Tofia space from the last video I made, and we're gonna pick up where we left off. Tofia just got evicted from her house from Tophiachu not paying the bills, and of course, he was the only one working at that time. Well, I shouldn't say at that time, he's the only one working in general besides maybe Brother Chu, but since he wasn't paying the bills, Tofia and her family got kicked out.
That time Tophiachu was being kicked out of the house by Tophiachu, and she started begging for money.
Hey guys, so yesterday on my live stream you heard some very toxic things from my family. A fight ensued while I was live. I am not being kicked out right away. I do have some time, but with that being said, if you guys would like to send money, I don't like to ask my followers for money, but if you would like to help out, my PayPal is linked in my bio. I have to make sure that I have rent for month to month, that I have internet and a computer so I can continue to make content and do work for you guys, that I have food and furniture and things like that. So with that being said, guys, thank you for all your love and support that you have shown me, and that for those of you who have stuck by me and have been kind and caring, thank you so much. With that being said, guys, I'm going to continue to keep making content. Stay safe, stay blessed, enjoy the rest of you guys' day, and I will see you guys later. Bye, guys.
Tofia was officially evicted to 25. She has no heat, hasn't showered, and has no motivation. They're leaving Apartmenture tomorrow.
I should just get off live stream, eat my hot dogs, and literally watch JK's live. That's what I should do. Yes, guys, I told you guys, we got 30 days. Chill out, please.
After being evicted, you figured Tophiachu would find a job to support herself and her family now. But no, she continued to do the same things she did in the apartment, but now in a motel, where she moved her entire family there, except Tophiachu, who was arrested briefly before they were kicked out. And Tophiachu likes to blame the trolls on getting evicted, but in reality it was from her dad not paying the bills, her dad starting fires, and don't get me wrong, the trolls did do some things. They left reviews on the actual apartment of the website, like this review here. I won't read it, but I'll leave it up on the screen for you guys to read if you want. So trolls did do some things, but that was not the reason she was kicked out at all, but it's the reason she likes to claim she was kicked out. Now, living at the motel, Tophiachu would post her regular content, whether being live streaming her gaming, live streaming her makeup tutorials, or live streaming her making food.
Tofia making some tostadas.
This one I'm making, we use fat for this anyways. So I'm about to fry up some corn tortillas, yummy, yummy, yummy. Once this melts, then I will fry my corn tortillas. I love the sound of corn tortillas when they're frying, guys. Delicioso. Anyways, yeah. Okay, now it's time for this to heat up. So I'm gonna let the oils heat up, and then I'm gonna come back and fry my corn tortillas. Okay, so let's do it again. One, I have it. I forgot to say, but make sure your tortillas are super crispy. Don't burn them. Okay, I'll come back with the finished product. So I put beans, meat, a little bit of cheese. I don't know what you call this. You can also add salsa to it, which tastes really good. But yeah, here's my recipe. Bye, guys. Oh, hey guys, I ordered some nuggets through DoorDash because I wanted to try the Big Mac sauce with the nuggets. So I didn't get the Big Mac sauce last time when I ordered nuggets. They didn't deliver it to me. So we are going to try the Big Mac sauce with our chicken nuggets. Oh my God. I wanted to get my chicken nuggets well done, but you can't do it on DoorDash. But the sauce, when I tell you, they should sell in stores like a jar of this separately, like McDonald's. You need to sell a jar of Big Mac sauce separately. I will eat this Big Mac sauce with everything. It reminds me of the Ed sauce, you know, from Good Burger, where he made that sauce and everyone loved it. Like, I'm gonna need this sauce packaged up and sold in Walmart stores. I'm gonna need it, because this 10 out of 10. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think of the Big Mac sauce, them selling it separately like this, because yeah. Anyways, guys, have a good day or night where you guys are. See you guys later. Bye, guys. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost there. No.
Watch out, because Tophiachu is coming for the best TikTok food review title. Now that's the kind of content she would post on her TikToks while being in the motel. I know the first one wasn't her in the motel, but when I saw videos of her cooking that food, I kind of had to show it. But yeah, that's the kind of content Tofia would post on a regular basis besides live streaming. And you might ask yourself, how is Tofia paying for this if she doesn't have a job? Well, that's what the live streams are for. She would live stream constantly to pay for her living at the hotel. And it was later revealed that Tophiachu was also help paying, because he actually did have a job at some gas station, I do believe, while this was all happening. Now, while living at the motel, Tofia would not be immune to controversy. She would have the whole situation with her and her dog, Hershey, where she would come on live stream and claim that her dog ran away after some dog owner let their dog loose and attacked Hershey and her mom. But the thing about the story is that it changes every time she tells it. The details of the story are not consistent, is what I'm trying to say.
There was some people here with a big black dog, right? I was sitting here, the door was cracked open. Oh, we lost connection, see? So anyways, I was sitting here, the door was cracked open, and I hear, you know, like two dogs fighting, like attacking each other. And I said, that's Hershey, because I recognize Hershey's growl anywhere. And so this big black dog ran up to my mom, ran up to Hershey. The door was cracked open. I thought, because the area we were in, I remember I had seen wolves and stuff, so I thought it was a wolf. Until I looked, I got up to go out the door to look. This black thing went that way, this black thing went this way, Hershey went this way. I opened the door, and there's this big dog chasing Hershey. And me and my mom managed to get the dog in. Excuse me. After we managed to get the dog in, I went real quick to close the door. Oh, we lost connection.
Hopefully we're back. Sorry guys if it's bad connection. I'm trying. So we in real quick to close the door, right? Because I said I have to close this door. This dog is gonna come back in. Like I have to hurry up and close it. So I went to close it real quick. The dog busted the door open, threw my mom on the floor. My mom's on the floor, having a hard time trying to get up. This dog, I don't know if it was before or after, had leaped over the bed. I can't remember because everything was happening so fast. I bent down because I had Hershey's leash to pick up Hershey, and Hershey broke out of her collar, leaped out of the room, went running, and she was outside, right? I was trying to make sure this dog wasn't gonna eat any other animals or eat anything else, right? We lost connection. Wonderful. That's great. So we kind of lost connection. It's kind of lagging very badly. I'm pretty sure. So this dog leaped over the bed, right? Hershey had gotten out, and then is sitting right there. The owner is in the door. The other owner is in here. Their dog is sitting right there. They decided to grab their dog when Hershey leaped out of the room. So they had the dog by the collar. Hershey was like, come here, like she wasn't even doing anything. Her dog is sitting right there by the sink. Our dog is outside. I'm trying to make sure this dog's not gonna eat anything else or eat other animals because I don't know how vicious this dog is. I didn't have anything on because I had, well I did, but I mean my like pajama shirt, whatever I had. And so I had to hurry up brushing the dress to go chase after my dog that ran. That's when my brother was alerted. He went. Oh Jesus! Hopefully you guys are hearing this, but yeah, Hershey's gone. She ran. We lost. Wow, wonderful. I'm not gonna say it's kind of it's a little graphic. So someone left a dog in half on the side of the road and they left it there, and I was like, thank God, because my brother told me, like, thank God it wasn't Hershey. I tried I could to save her, and I couldn't. When I went to pick her up, she was just trying to get away because that dog was chasing her, and the owners were just standing there in the doorway not doing. I was like, get your dog. Like, this is a big black pit bull that was chasing my dog. I didn't want to say anything because I know how people are. They're gonna blame me or say we found your dog and we're doing stuff to her, and I can't process it. I can't process it. She's been gone for a whole week. She's been gone for more than a whole week almost. I'm sorry. It's the car fume came in. Take their dogs there, right? At the time, Hershey was locked in the apartment. Hershey got tear gassed because we couldn't go back into the apartment, and we didn't think, that we thought we were gonna go back in because usually they just go in and they get him. We didn't think it was gonna be this whole raid situation. They waited till we left to raid our apartment.
Come here. Come here. No.
Tofia says she doesn't abuse her dog, then hits Tophiachu with a hairbrush.
Mom, it's okay. Okay, whatever. She's not allowed to have that. I'm not gonna pause my live stream because you're worried people are gonna say, oh, you abuse your dog. That's not abuse. We're just telling her she can't have something she's not allowed. I'm not gonna do that. I'm already not feeling good enough as it is. Like, these people don't control my life. Fuck them. Period. She's only doing it to herself. No one's doing anything. The dog, she's not allowed to have that.
I'll get it, watch.
No. Let go! Stop it! You cannot have that. not gonna work, and you're gonna get bit. Just don't. I know that, but you're not helping.
I don't care if you get mad at me.
No one's doing nothing to you, Hershey.
Now, I added those last clips in there to show you how badly Tofia treats her animals. As you can see from the live stream, she visually grabs her hairbrush or hair comb and hits Hershey to quiet her down. And it's a red flag when the animal you live with just doesn't like you. I mean, I lived with a cat before, and that cat was nothing but nice. I've had dogs in the family, nothing but nice to me. So I think the dog being aggressive to Tofia and Tofia only is a big red flag. But that was the last time we saw Hershey. Hershey still is unknown today where she's at, but hopefully wherever she's at, she is safe and she found a better home than Tofia. And Tofia did mainly just do live streaming until eventually she got kicked out and exposed by one of the housekeepers or maids of the hotel, who made her own separate video about Tofia. But in her video, she did not call out Tofia. She never mentioned Tofia by name, never even indicated there was Tofia, but people found out, and of course Tofia had to respond and create a big fuss, when in reality she shouldn't have said anything, and people were only gonna speculate if it was Tofia or not. Now, she was kicked out for not paying rent on time and for not keeping the room clean, and I do have photos that were released by the housekeeper of the state of Tofia's apartment when she was kicked out, and let me just say, that was disgusting. It is beyond gross.
Probably shouldn't be posting this, but there is a TikToker on here whose name I'm not gonna say just in case, who is known for going live, and she's been living out of a motel that I just so happened to work at, and we had to kick them out today and DNR them because they couldn't pay their bill, and I quote, because TikTok didn't pay me. They were disgusting, and I can confirm her room was disgusting. I can also confirm that when they were kicked out this morning, they parked outside of the parking lot, and their mom or grandma took a shit on the sidewalk. They're as disgusting as you think they are. That's the reason for the green screen. Maid? Bitch, I'm a housekeeper. I cannot describe to you the smell that was emanating from that room. I could even smell it on her brother when we would pass each other when I was on my way into work and he was going to the Circle K up the street. It's not apartment style living, it's an extended stay hotel, and it is a dump. For my own safety, I'm not gonna be dropping the name of the hotel that I work at on the internet to a bunch of strangers, but I promise you I'm telling the truth. Why would I fucking lie about this? I only ever went in their room once, and that was like the week after they got a clean notice, which means that their room was so disgusting that we almost had to kick them out and they had to clean it up to not get kicked out. It was still disgusting and it smelled like ass. I'm pretty sure we had to throw away every single set of sheets that we gave them. They refused to ever let us actually come in and clean, which is part of the reason they got kicked out. And I will do everything in my power to get you pictures and videos of that room, because no one that I work with gives a shit. I mean, there's really not anything to tell except for the fact that they were just disgusting people and you could smell their room a mile away. They only ever wanted sheets. They would barely ever let us into the room, not that we wanted to go in, because it was disgusting. This is not a nice hotel. It's not apartment style. Like, it's literally a shithole. It's where the fucking New Mexico government used to send people when they got out of prison. Like, this is the same hotel that had the guy jacking it in the fucking courtyard, and the same one where a week prior to that, they arrested a frickin' pedo. He was not living it up.
So I want to address this because it needs to be addressed. Yes, the lady that posted the video is a housekeeper. She's not telling you 100% of the full story. She doesn't know 100%, so I'm going to explain to you, and I would advise you, if you're the housekeeper, that you take that video down, because it's not gonna look good for you. I've already got the video. I'm gonna send it to your corporate, and I'm also filing a report with the police, because that put my family in danger. And I know the police really don't do much, but at this point, I don't got no choice. That put my family in danger. And you're a maid, you're not a worker, and you have no right sharing people's business. But I'm gonna come in here and explain what happened because I feel like it's very important for me to explain what's going on. So for reasons why I'm not gonna be giving a lot of information, details, my business is my business, it's nobody else's business. So as you know, like I said, my brother's the one that takes up the rent. There was some issues on his part, which is why if I had got paid for TikTok, I could have took up the rent until he fixed his issues with paying the rent. I'm not gonna say anything to give away anything because it's my business. But she's a maid. Her friend, who's also a maid, was acting like she owned the place. She's rude, she hates her job, she doesn't like it, and if you don't like, because you're supposed to be hospitable, you know hospitality, right? You probably went for that. Like, you literally went for that. So I don't know why you're acting like you hate your job so much. If you hate your job, don't work. Okay, so my brother said someone was gonna come by, right, and to wait on them, and then he said that kind of, you know, because he was at work, it was 3, there was nothing he could do until 3. So then I was like, okay, fine. They said we have till 3 to pay, whatever. And then they come back, right? It's like 5 something, I think. I can't remember. They came back 3 times. No, actually, wait. Yeah, they came back 3 times, I believe. Anyways, the one lady that is really nice and worked with us last time, right, because of the issues going on. I'm not going to mention issues. It was not because I didn't get paid from TikTok. That is not what it was. I'm just going to state that. The payment issues were because, okay, so the payment issues, like I said, my brother's the one that pays the rent, and I'm not going to say why. It's none of anyone's business, but the main reason why the rent didn't get paid is because I could have had the money from TikTok to cover whatever my brother can pay until he was able to pay. That was the main issue. So then, they come to the door, they said we had till 3. Okay, fine. 3 rolls around, and I'm like, we just gotta get our stuff packed, we just gotta get going, because we don't have it. I said we couldn't, because it was right before 3. Like, I don't know, it wasn't like the last minute before 3. I said we couldn't figure something out because, you know, I said, whatever. Sorry, I'm just trying to talk the best that I can. I'm just distraught and upset and very worried because that puts my family in danger. So then, he was like, oh crap, okay, well, he had just gone off and he said, I'm coming, whatever. Then, the lady comes and says, okay, you have till 5:30. They came back, they were like, you have till 5:30. And I was like, okay, whatever. I get a loud knock on my door, so the lady that works with us, and she's like, they said that you had to pack, and I said, they told us till 5:30. We're waiting because my brother just got off work. He's gonna come, and then he's gonna get the money and pay you guys. And she was like, I'll give you till 6. That's what she whispered. This lady is really nice. Mind you, she was the nicest lady in this whole situation. And that may seem nice, right? But you shouldn't be posting people's business on the internet. I'm sorry, but you shouldn't.
Tofia
Hey,
mentions
Mom.
squid again. Talks about
Did you know I
defecating on a
defecated at the park?
Oh, really? And I'm going to say this to the person that just said that. If you're going to talk and say my daughter's doing something, you better well damn have proof.
It's every day. It's a getting closer. Taking a bath with a fucking toaster. Are there kids there all day? So how can I defecate at a park?
There's kids there all damn day. And if we do need the restroom, there's the library and there's a church right across the street.
Ours is when there's no kids there, and if somebody's filming in the morning, I'm gonna pull my pants down and show my ass to them. Do they think that I'm just gonna pull my pants down while there's kids at the park to use the bathroom?
No.
Tell them what happened. Tell them what's gonna happen if I get caught.
They're gonna make us move from here.
No, they're gonna make us go on a registry list.
Oh yeah.
And register as the offender because we exposed ourselves to children.
Yep.
Do they think I'm that fucking stupid? Why do these people not use their brain? Oh, I forgot they are.
People telling
not.
me in my messages, oh, did you use it outside? Because people are saying, Marie poops outside or a video.
They're saying that because Squid literally said that, but I'm pretty sure Squid popped the squad and took a shit somewhere because she had to need the restroom when she probably couldn't make it.
I don't have a lot of stories. In fact, I don't have like really any stories because I never interacted with her because they stayed in their room like the gross mole people that they were. But I can tell you that the reason they had roaches is because their kitchen was absolutely fucking disgusting and it had food on it that was probably older than my nieces and nephews. Always, okay? The roaches were their fault. Also, the people working the front desk are wonderful, nice people that are good at their jobs. The only time that the staff at the hotel, myself included, are going to be less than nice to a guest is when they are less than nice to us, okay? We match energy. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm about to head into work, so we'll find out if I have a job. Pretty sure I still do. But I just want to tell you guys, it would be one thing, and you, Tofia, you should hear this too. You were no longer a guest. She was no longer a guest at the hotel. All of those privileges go out the window once you are no longer a guest at the hotel. Now you're just a fucking crazy person, okay, baby girl? I'm not scared of you. I've seen how fast you can move, okay? Everything I said was true. You even admitted it on your fucking Instagram story, bitch. I don't know why you're still lying. You literally, all I said was you got kicked out because your room was gross and you didn't pay rent, which is exactly what fucking happened, okay?
So after the whole Tofia squid situation, what do you think Tofia would do? Maybe straighten up, get a job, and put her family in a new house? Nope, she decided to stay live streaming, but now she's living out of her car. And she has her mother and her brother in there living with her as well. Which you gotta give props to Tophiachu because he was at least working at the gas station. And while they're living in the car, he was also DoorDashing in between there. So Tophiachu was at least trying to help. But it seemed Tofia had bigger ideas. Instead of saving her TikTok money to maybe pay for another motel or an apartment, she wanted to buy a house, which her TikTok income wasn't even enough to sustain a motel room. I severely doubt that she was gonna ever afford a house in a couple months of doing TikTok lives, or a couple years even. But she insisted that she was going to buy a house. She was not going to rent anymore because of all the issues with the apartment chew and the motel chew. But of course, she never told chat when she was live streaming how she was going to get this house. So everyone was doubting her, everyone was making fun of her, but of course Tofia was stuck in her own delusions, just like Tophiachu, that no, she was going to get a house and nothing was going to stop her, because she was tired of getting kicked out.
I'm making a change. I realized that no more renting. I need to own a house. It's possible. It's possible. So what's my plan with life? To get financially stable and get a house? Because I can't do it. I just can't do it anymore with renting. No, so what I said is that I said I would have to pay mortgage on a house, and someone said, no, you don't have to pay a mortgage unless you took a loan out to get the house. And I was like, oh, really? The only thing I would probably have to pay is property taxes, which I understand. You have to pay taxes for everything. That's probably the extent of what I would have to pay is taxes. But mortgage, if I would only have to pay that if I took out a loan. Because if you have the money to outright buy it, you just buy it. Duh. That's how you buy a house. I'm not going to be making payments. I'm going to buy the house. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to buy the house. I'm not even going to make payments. But the only way you pay a mortgage, someone said, is if you get a loan. If you get a loan to buy the house, which I'm not getting a loan. Well, a house is very expensive. It depends on what we're looking for in Albuquerque, and probably a simple house, because we're not going to go with anything fancy like a mansion. Because I've seen houses here that are like $2 million, $1 million house, and one of those $1 million homes had a elevator in it. Now that's something that I'm not going for. But I'm pretty sure you can get a house for around $100,000, so upwards of $600,000, because yeah, $600,000 is a lot. But when it comes to that, I mean, you know, the bigger the square footage, the more the house is going to cost. I know that because when I try to look for 3 bedrooms, it's expensive. It goes upwards. So I understand about houses and stuff like that, because my dad was going to do real estate. So I know that it's not cheap. I know you can't get a cheap house.
Now, since living in the car, Tofia's content would switch mainly to live streaming, and she would live stream at late hours of the night while her mother tries to sleep in the car. And while live streaming, she would just say the normal Tofia stuff, that she's not getting a job, that she's gonna buy a house, and she's gonna go buy this and that. And the funniest thing in one of these clips you're gonna see, she even said that she was gonna go to Comic-Con while homeless. I could think of 10 better ways to spend your money, like saving it for an actual roof over your head, but no, instead she goes to Comic-Con, and I'll show you that too.
I'm like, oh man, I don't know, it's high time to start getting a car, I think, for me anyways. Comic-Con. I'm hoping there's some autographs I want to get. Anyways, I don't even know. It wasn't even about that much. Like, it depends. But I did spend, like, okay, so
it wasn't thousands of dollars. It was probably like 600. It depends. For the tickets, it was like 151 for the tickets. Okay, so I paid 151 for the tickets. And then I had to buy another ticket, which went to waste because we didn't really need the ticket. The signatures were pretty cheap. I got like the lower end ones because like Andrew McCarthy was only like $50. Hector wasn't that expensive either. And then when you factor in the outsiders autographs that I got for my mom, that was not expensive. Kel Mitchell was cheap, pretty cheap. A photo and a signature might be like $80, but sometimes they're nice enough and they'll be like, well, I'll do 50 for you guys, right? And it's not just because it's me, but other people. Like Travel Guerrero, I can't even remember, I think it was like 30, it was pretty cheap, and he included a photo. Like, you didn't have to pay extra. How are they benefiting me? Because it's collecting, because of my childhood, like, Courage, you know? The voice actor of Courage. That means something to me. It's sentimental. 101 was on drinks. That's not, no, it's probably more than that, because we did eat their food is expensive. It was like, I think it was $8 for nacho fries. Dang, and then on top of that, $8 for drinks, because I got drinks. But then we ended up getting from Wild Bill. They go to Comic-Con every year, and they're a soda company. And you pay $51. I paid $51 for 2 cups, and you get unlimited refills the whole day. I don't even know how much the signatures were. Because some people I had to pay on Cash App, so I had to transfer money and then pay through Cash App. But it's worth it. I paid to spin for a pop figure. You could get a large or a small, and I want a small pop figure. I want a small price, so it's like $100. Not for like one signature, because it was like 50 for one, 50 for another, like 60. I got the dancing Deadpool from like Deadpool, Wolverine, and Deadpool Nick. My brother really wanted like Dora's signature, so I was like, sure. My mom had the Courage shirt, so then my brother was like, you should really get that one signed, the Courage. I really didn't want to get it signed, but then I was like, yeah, I think we should. I think that would be good. It's me. What do you mean getting mistreated is better than staying outside having a horrible life? Are you talking about a job? Why would I want to get a job to get fired? Because then I'm just going to get fired from the job, and then I'm not going to have a job because people are going to call the job. Why would I go work to go get a job so I can have a place to live, only to be fired because someone called my job, and then I can't pay rent? And I'm not going to be having an eviction on my list because I can't pay the rent. That doesn't make any sense. I'm not ruining my name when it's not ruined. No. I'm not going to put my name somewhere because if I work, I'm still gonna have to live out of my car. I'm gonna go work just to live out of my car because I'm not doing it. Like I said, if I'm not buying a house, I'm not going anywhere. So even if I work, I'm still gonna live out of my car, and that's my choice. It's not my choice now, but that's what it would be, because I am not going back to renting. I'm sorry, I cannot do it anymore. Renting is just not for me. It's not for anybody. It's not for me.
Yep, so instead of saving her money, Tophiachu went to Comic-Con and spent hundreds of dollars on useless autographs that she did not need. So that's all she did for a while. She would just live in her car, live stream, say the same stuff, how she's gonna buy a house and prove everyone wrong. But sadly, tragedy would strike them. In a fateful night, at around 3 AM on March 11, Tofia would be woken up to shots fired at the car, and she would wake up to find her brother dead and her mother being shot as well. Now, it's unfortunate news, but Brother Chu did not survive this, but Mama Chu was in the hospital, and she's doing a lot better now, as photos have been released on Reddit of her walking around. Now, viewer discretion is advised for this next clip, because I'm going to show what Tofia posted on her Instagram story the night it actually happened. So if you don't want to watch it because it is emotional, I will put a timestamp in the video right now. I think it's important to say before we get to the video is that this random act of violence was random. It wasn't a troll, it wasn't dedicated, it was wrong place, wrong time kind of deal. And in the videos you will hear, Tofia does claim it's trolls, but that's just not the case. It was just a random act of violence. But regardless, I'll show you the clip of her Instagram story. Like I said, it is a lot, so if you guys don't want to watch it, here's a timestamp to skip to avoid watching it.
Oh my god, my family was shot. They killed my brother. My brother's dead. Oh my god, my mom, he took the car. He stole the car and he got out. I said, get out, and I didn't think my mom. Oh my god. My brother looked dead. Help me. Why? Why did people on the internet? Oh my god. No. Why? I have nobody.
Why did they do this? You guys, I don't know. My mom may be dead. I should have never left her in the car. I'm sorry. I freaked out because he was trying to take the car. My brother looked dead. Oh my God.
Someone shot my family. He shot me. He shot me. He shot my brother. He shot my mom. And he stole the car. I don't know what's going on. I need answers. Well, I don't know if he shot my mom. All I know is I said get out, but she didn't get out. And my brother looked dead in the front seat. And he took the car. He tried to steal the car.
With the suspect. As they fought, there's a security guard for the apartment complex just to the south side of Montgomery. He got involved and intervened. Somehow the confrontation moved into the parking lot of the apartment complex, and shots were fired. The suspect was killed. The mother, whose son also died, was hospitalized in stable condition with a gunshot wound. Her daughter was not injured. A motorcyclist and a driver both.
So the guy that did that was shot and killed by one of the security guards, because after he killed Brother Chu and shot Mama Chu, he later took the car, drove it into the side of the apartment building, and was shot by a security guard there. So it's luckily that Mama Chu is fine. She's in stable condition now, and she's out walking. So that's really great news. But it's sad to hear. Even though you may not like Tofia, it is sad to hear of another person passing away and another person seeing that happen, especially your own brother. So after that, Tofia would stay off the internet for a little bit, updating the public about her situation, that she was safe at least. And later, Brother Chu's friend would later start a GoFundMe account for Tofia to give her money to help bury her brother.
Come on here and just say something. Obviously I'm taking a break, but if anyone makes a GoFundMe, I know there are two, unless it's approved by me, which those are not, please do not donate to any GoFundMes right now. I do not want anyone to get scammed. Please. So if you see any GoFundMes and someone saying they made a GoFundMe on my behalf, unless it's someone from my brother's friends, which I know some of his friends might be raising money, I'll have to get that figured out, and I will let you guys know that, because everything happened so fast. I think they did really want to help and put something together. I'll let you know about that. But there are two GoFundMes. Please do not donate to any GoFundMes that I have not personally posted or approved myself, okay? I do not want anyone to get scammed. Me and my family will be working on a GoFundMe if we need any other expenses. As for right now, please, please, please. Also, I do want to say, those of you who have sent money to Cash App, it is saying failed. So if you've sent any money, please send money to my PayPal if it doesn't work. I also wanted to let you know about that, because I know some people are asking people to send money to my Cash App. I've been getting Cash App like crazy, and it's either saying failed or it's saying that I've reached my maximum limit, which is weird because I've gotten more than that, and it's saying that. So if you are having trouble sending money to my,
which I think everyone would agree that starting a GoFundMe to help bury your brother is not a bad thing. But the problem is that Tofia advertised the GoFundMe as money to bury her brother, but it was later found out the state was paying for the burial of Donald, or paying for the handling of Donald. I'm not quite entirely sure the extent of it, but I did know the state paid for some of it. So Tofia was lying about what the GoFundMe money was used for, and not even a couple days after her brother passing, she would start fight with people on the internet again.
This girl got GoFundMe money, $6,000 from the state, and her brother's still sitting up at the funeral home. Yet here she is, she got her hair done, everything did. I made a whole situation about the GoFundMe money, and I told you guys that she was trying to scam y'all. Nobody believed me until this lady saw her go live, and she called her out on live in front of everybody to see. And she told her, when the state gives you $6,000, they're not gonna let you get a GoFundMe, so that's why they cut your funding. You fucking silly rabbit. Cut the fucking track.
It's not being processed. My brother's friend is contacting them.
Yeah, see, you know what probably it is? I'm not gonna lie to you. Once the state helps you and you get that $6,000 from them, you're not allowed to set a GoFundMe page.
Well, that's what she told me is that to make a GoFundMe, she was hired from the mayor. She was hired by the mayor.
After this, she goes mute. That's why it's silent. But let's clock it. That's why she's riding behind the GoFundMe that Donald's friend made, because she'll get in trouble if she makes her own GoFundMe, because all the funeral expenses have already been paid for via the state. Oh, Tofia, you're wrong as hell.
You fucking silly rabbit. Hunchback of Notre Dame also admitted that her fucking uncle tried to invite her family in the house before they was living in that car, while they was living in that car. And she's the reason that her family didn't go, because she said, you're just gonna find a reason to kick us out. Here, have a carrot.
Literally, okay, so my mom did want to stay with him when we were in the car. And my brother did too, and I was like, no, why? So he could find some reason and say, get out. Like, it's not happening.
There's so many people that could use somewhere to stay, that could use help from the state, that could use GoFundMe, yet you wasted all that shit. And your big ass is the reason that your family was sitting in that little ass car with your ass suffocating under your musk. He was in that situation because of you, and yet you using all the money that was supposed to be for his funeral to get dumplings and shit with your... If you donate any money to Tofia or her situation, you absolutely need to go get that shit back. She literally said on her story that she feels like she's owed that money and that she's gonna sue GoFundMe. Just listen to what she said, y'all.
Now you're not gonna hear me be quiet. Even if I have to go to the news, even if I have to go on television, even if I have to speak my truth and let people know the harassment and everything I've been suffering, you're not gonna like me then. And you really won't like me. Because when I get safety, when I get protection, and when I get a lot of things that I'm owed, that is crazy. And if you keep preventing me from getting that GoFundMe is gonna get sued because they see that the money's sitting there. I have no access to that money. They want to continue to keep playing. Well, I can play that game too, and I'll take them for everything they got, even if it means enough money for me to buy a house. And this is for my safety. I'm tired of being pushed around. I'm tired of being told that I can't get help because of my social media presence. No, F that. You're not gonna mess with me or my money anymore. You do, then I'm gonna mess with your livelihoods like you mess with mine.
Me no want job. Anyways, guys, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, let me know how you feel, follow me for more shit.
But I need to address this because I'm so sick and tired of people thinking that it's normal for people on Reddit to contact the morgue with my brother's information, pretend to be his family, and then spread lies and misinformation on the internet about me scamming people out of a GoFundMe I don't have access to. How am I scamming people out of a GoFundMe I don't have? Do you know that the GoFundMe is stuck in the process session that is processing, that I can't even set up an appointment to bury my brother because people wanted to report it? Oh, whoops. That's why my brother hasn't been buried, stuck in processing. Do you know that it takes 14 to 17 days for cremation, and that people pretended to be his family just so they could say he's cremated and I'm not doing anything with the money? So let's talk about the money I spent at Ross and TJ Maxx. You know, my mom's family's probably gonna yell at me for this video. I don't care, but it needs to be addressed. So my little card had $300 in it. You know where the $300 went? To Ross and TJ Maxx. You know why? Because I needed pajamas that I didn't have to sleep in because I was sleeping in jeans. I only had one pajama that I bought from Walmart. On top of the stuff that I bought, I did go shopping at Walmart with a $200 gift card that the crime victims unit gave me, on top of a $500 gift card to Grubhub, which I can't find the receipts in Grubhub because it's disappeared. But I spent $500 of that gift card to Grubhub because people want to say, well, you bought Grubhub with what money? I didn't pay for any of that food with any money. It was given to me by the crime victims unit. Let's address this person, shall we? You see this person right here? Okay. So since you want to be a victim, okay, I can help you with the crime victims unit, right? And I can get you in touch with them and they can help you get DoorDash and all your needs met, right? Victim so bad, I will let them know that you're a victim of eating too many Big Macs, okay? That's what you're a victim of. Maybe you should start starving yourself. I am so sick and tired of people telling me I could cook, but I wanted to buy fast food because I was visiting my mom every day in the hospital and didn't have the energy to cook after I was just carjacked. Tried to be ripped out of a window, watched my brother get blasted, you know, pew-pewed in his head. He was missing an eye. I watched my brother die right before my eyes, but yeah, I'm supposed to somehow have the energy to get up and cook because people said so. And that I'm not supposed to use a gift card that was given to me. But okay, you might have family on my mom's side that gave us money to be able to afford and buy the things that we need. Because my mom's family gave us $300. And that $300 went to buy me bras, went to buy my mom bras because she needed. Oh wait, I'm sorry, we don't need that. I don't even need underwear, to be honest with you. I'm not supposed to do that. Oh, I didn't need a cup. My cup is in storage, which it's very, very hard to get into storage for certain reasons. I had a tumbler in the car, but I can't get to my car because I can't even get clothes from my car because it's still with detectives. But yet again, here is Miss Eats Too Much Big Macs trying to come on the internet and say that I am scamming people. And I don't care if you say that I'm bullying this person. Maybe they shouldn't make videos, and thinking that it's totally okay for a Reddit to pretend to be someone's family member, contact the morgue. That GoFundMe is started by my brother's friend, which you all know, Ryan. I didn't ask anyone to make a GoFundMe, and I am so thankful that they did. Now, with the GoFundMe that I didn't ask to be made, nor is it my GoFundMe, do I have access to it? No, he has access to it. He's going to go down to the cemetery once it processes and pay what needs to be paid after we set up an appointment so my brother can be buried. The state paid for the service and the cremation. They did not pay for the burial because they pay only up to $6,000. You know what $6,000 is? That's for a service. Do you not know how much it is just for a service and cremation? Yeah, it was close to $6,000. So the thousands of other dollars, which is like 4,000 something, more than that probably. I don't know, when we get down there, we'll see. To bury someone on top of that. So that's like a good $10,000 just for everything together. So I don't have like the money, right, to bury my brother because I was poor and sleeping out of a car. Depressing that people think I'm supposed to just get up and go get a job when I have trauma. You know, the lovely internet does not let people grieve in peace. Like, I'm supposed to just run, snap, hop, and jump and bury him when it takes 4 to 17 days for cremation. On top of that, I need to get my documentation, which is my birth certificate, and my ID, which my ID was stuck in the car. So I had to get a new ID because it's stuck in evidence. And on top of that, I had to get my birth certificate because it was stolen. And then on top of that, I had to get my social security card in order for me to be able to get a place and to have money to pay for a place to live. Oh, well, on top of doing what everyone else thinks I should do, hop, skip, run, and jump because I'm supposed to snap when you say so. Brother's gone. I have to think of him being in an urn. And have to think of my brother not being here, and I have no siblings because you want to make these videos saying that I'm scamming people with no knowledge whatsoever. Could you listen to the Reddit? Since you want to be a victim, yeah, I will let the crime victim unit know, that you're really a victim of eating too much Big Mac. So I would suggest you stop. And I would suggest nobody get mad at me for saying that because leave me alone and I'll leave you alone, okay? I won't say these things if you learn to keep your mouth closed, because if you don't have nothing nice to say, then don't say anything at all.
I hope your mom dies and then it's your fault. I would suggest you don't. That's why things happen to you, because you talk about other people's dead relatives. Maybe you shouldn't.
So it appears Tofia's back to her old ways, and many people, including myself, thought that maybe this would be the wake-up call, maybe she would get a job and support her family, but no. She's back to what she always does best, scamming people and making fun of people's dead relatives. So it seems like Tofia's never going to change. She's going to keep doing what she always does best. But I want to thank you guys for watching this video. This is where I ended today. I appreciate everyone who always supports me, and I'll keep making weekly content for you guys, and expect my next video to be about Nova Online. But thank you guys, and I have a few clips for in this video, and I'll talk to you all in the next one.
Like, ten out of 10? I would literally buy from here again. I mean, these... We're back on camera, so you know what that means. Unboxing time. It's a big box, too. So, I'm gonna try to open it on camera. I might have to open it, and then I'll be right back. I think I had the wrong end, so let me open this here. Okay. There's some stuff here. Hold on just a sec. Okay, so I have it here, guys. I have it here. Okay, let's open this. Let's see what's inside. Obviously, there's some bags of stuffing. Okay, there's this. There's a note. So, let me look at the note real quick. Hope this brightens your day a little when you get this. Happy early birthday. Please try some of this stuff on live. P.S. I'm on... Okay, I'm not gonna say where.
I'm sorry, I tried to go live early. I apologize for that. I got a Tupac shirt. I got a Tupac shirt. Oh my God, look, Tupac. I got Tupac. Thank you. This is an early birthday gift, and and let me tell you something. We saw a Tupac shirt at the thrift store, right? And my brother was like, "Oh, it didn't fit him because it was too big." I love this. Thank you.